Hello everybody, it is Emery48 here. In today's video, I'm back on Drives of a Lifetime, the National Geographic book. Still in part 1, Hills and Mountains, but this time it is the international drives that I'm taking a look at. I came up with a top 15 this time, as there was more drives that I wanted to go over that I thought were really cool and would be interested in probably doing at some point. If I butcher names of places, please forgive me. I will probably do that. Starting at number 15 is Suhua Highway in Taiwan. This drive goes 75 miles along the eastern coast of Taiwan from Suhua to Hualien City. Although this drive is not given too much detail in the book, it sounds like a very nice coastal ride with good seafood restaurants on both ends. And I am a sucker for some good seafood. Number 14 is the Panoramic Route in Puerto Rico. This drive is 120 miles and takes at least one day. It goes from one side of Puerto Rico all the way across east to west. It starts in Maunabo and ends in Maguiez. There are so many nature points throughout the drive that can be places to stop and take in the scenery or go for a hike. The great beaches at either end of the drive also help earning this panoramic route a spot in the top 15. And as you can see by the first two drives already, I was right. I'm going to mispronounce things. Number 13, the E4 in Norway. This is a 1,499-mile road. The drive is supposed to take 36 hours. It starts in Haugesund on the western coast of Norway and ends in Nordkapp. Nordkapp is one of the most northerly points in Europe and is inside the Arctic Circle. Along with the great scenery of the area, the northern lights are also visible from this drive, ensuring it a spot on my list. Number 12. The Swiss Czech Republic in the Czech Republic. This is a 70-mile drive from Krensko to Dechin, a rather short drive compared to others on this list, only coming in at a time of 2 hours. As well as going through a national park, along the route there is a 14th century castle. This route also has the largest national bridge in Central Europe. Those two features in one drive help place the Swiss Czech Republic at number 12 on my list. Number 11, Maluti Mountain High in Lesotho. This drive is a loop that starts and ends in Maseru. It is a 357-mile loop and takes 11 hours. There are multiple historic sites along the route. The biggest intrigue is the views and landscape. Although this place is 11th on my list, I am not sure if it is one I would ever want to attempt, as some of the route is unpaved and more difficult to traverse. Number 10, the Alpine Road in Germany. This is a 63-mile, 1.5-hour drive from just outside of Bernau to Berchtesgaden in the southeastern part of Germany. This drive travels through the Alps and ends in a national park. A quick ride with good views and quaint villages could make for a nice afternoon ride. Number 9, Irohazaka Winding Road in Japan. This drive is 36 miles from Nikko to Yumoto. The drive takes an hour and a half. Along the route, with incredible views, there are also some cultural landmarks to stop and take in. This combination lands the Irohazaka Winding Road at number 9. Number 8. The Trans-Andean Highway from Chile to Argentina. This is a 220-mile drive from Santiago, Chile to Mendoza, Argentina. The views of mountains and lakes sounds amazing. There is also a 2-mile-long tunnel in Chile, which just sounds pretty cool. Number 7. Staying in Argentina, we have Ruta 40. This is a 3,045-mile drive from Cabo Virgenes in the southern part of Argentina to La Quiaca in the north. Most of the drive is paved, but the southern part, so the beginning of the drive, is mostly barren and unpaved. This drive sounds absolutely incredible. With a drive of this length, there are surely so many great views. It also crosses 236 bridges, which is a cool stat. Number 6. Hill villages of eastern Spain. This drive is nearly a loop. It starts in Altea and ends in Albir. It is a 63-mile drive taking 2.5 hours. This drive is jam-packed with great views, restaurants, and museums. All of these help bring the hills and villages of eastern Spain to number 6 on my list. Number 5. Driving through Snowdonia in Wales. This is a 85-mile drive lasting 2.5 hours from Dolgello to Conwy. It is probably easy to tell from the list, but if there are historical sites along a route, it is easily going to enter my lists. This one is no exception. This drive includes multiple castles. One is 13th century and the other 15th century. These two landmarks easily place the drive through Snowdonia at number 5. Number 4, around an active volcano in Italy. This drive is another loop, starting and ending in Catania. It is 100 miles and takes 3.5 hours to drive. It goes around Europe's largest active volcano, Mount Etna. Along with the rarity of driving around an active volcano, there are also historic sites, beautiful villages, and vineyards along the drive. Number 3, a corner of a Greek island in Greece. This drive starts in Chalkida and ends in Limni. It is 52.5 miles and takes 1.5 hours to complete. Similar to the last drive, this drive through part of Evvoia, Greece's second largest island, includes great views, villages, vineyards, and historic sites. There is definitely a trend to the types of drives I enjoy, or think I will and want to try, which made placements within the list at points rather difficult because I picked a lot of pretty similar drives. At number 2 is Maya Ruins and Waterfalls in Mexico. This is a 200-mile, 3-day drive from Palenque to Parque Nacional Lagunas de Montebello. The landscape described throughout this drive would have been enough to earn a place on this list in general, but when you add Mayan ruins, it shoots this drive all the way up into second place. The Mayan ruins have got to be a historic site, very high on my list of things I want to see just in general in my life. And at number 1, we have the Col de Turini in France. This is only a 19-mile drive from La Baleine Vesubi to Sospel. It goes through a part of the French Alps. The main reason this is on this list and places number 1 on the list is my fascination with the Tour de France. It's a sporting event I watch every year, and I always follow a bunch of different teams and riders throughout the Tour. And this road has been featured in the Tour in the past, and parts of the Tour route is something I would like to visit at some point. Landing the Col de Turini in France at number 1 on my top 15 international drives from the hills and mountains sections in Drives of Lifetime. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Please let me know what you thought about my list below, and have a wonderful rest of your day.